What is up, guys? It's been a little while since I've done an IGTV video, unscripted. So I wanted to talk a little bit about my continuous glucose monitor. I've been using this for almost a week. NutriSense reached out a little bit ago, and to be honest, I think I put it off for a little while because I didn't, like when you're in denial and you're kind of like, I know I need to know this stuff, but I'm not sure if I'm ready, like, to be honest with yourself. Okay, that's kind of where I was, and I think I put it off longer than I should have. I cannot believe the information that I have gotten from this thing. It's an incredible little machine, and I don't even notice that it's there, because at first I was like, is this thing gonna drive me crazy because it's on my arm, and you gotta put the little protective thing over it, and I don't even notice that it's there anymore. It's incredible. But the reason that I started using it is because I want to know more about my body. Okay, I want to know how it's metabolizing food. I want to know how meal sizes affect my blood sugar and my energy level and how I feel and my recovery. And when it comes down to managing your health, whether you're dieting, you're shooting for a fat loss goal or whatever you're doing, it all comes down to metabolizing food, energy management, and controlling your blood sugar, guys. And especially with emotional eating, this is huge. And I've talked about this before. I'm an abstainer. I am not a moderator. I can't have one cookie or I want the whole package. It's kind of like a drug for me. And my relationship with carbohydrates, it's better now, but it's still, I know in the back of my mind, it's not exceptional. So, saying all of those things, I had a list of things that I wanted to learn about. Whether caffeine, and you can hear my air fryer in the background. I am ready to smash some food. I wanted to know how meal sizes were affecting my blood sugar, whether I needed smaller meals, whether it was, large meals were spiking my blood sugar. And I look disgusting. I just got done at the gym. But I'm all about that real life, guys. I wanted to know how caffeine in the morning was affecting my blood sugar, maybe it was spiking. I wanted to know how under recovery affected my blood sugar, not getting enough sleep, alcohol consumption, how that affected it, my workouts, whether that made my blood sugar spike, how my body regulated blood sugar throughout the night, whether I was having a dip or a spike, maybe I was fasting too long. I wanted to see how fasting affected my blood sugar, whether maybe I needed to include, another meal at the end of the night, if I was hungry, before bed. And I'm not one, my sleep's excellent. I don't wake up in the middle of the night, like I used to, say I was doing a cut or something, because I had these previous instances before where I was cutting food and I would, for a particular reason, it was for a photo shoot, and I would wake up in the middle of the night just absolutely starving. I don't really have those issues anymore, but I want to learn all of these things because I want to be my healthiest. So first and foremost, stop bullshitting yourself. If you know things aren't right, or you want to learn more about how to make healthier adjustments, to increase your health, go get tested. Go to your doctor, track your food, do experiments. You guys have to set your foundation, and I've talked about this before. You don't tell builders to build a house, go ahead and put the walls and the roof up without setting a solid foundation. You got to learn all these things about yourself first. So I'm practicing what I preach. So some of the things that I found out for my body is, one, which is excellent, my body metabolizes food fantastic. I think the highest reading that I had, and I will say with NutriSense, you have a nutritionist that will go over this stuff and they can see all of your data. Fantastic information. The highest reading that I had was 130, which is not very high. I mean, my blood sugar really doesn't fluctuate much. The biggest fluctuation I saw was I typically fast, I'd say anywhere from 16 to 20 hours overnight. I would have one dip, and it seemed to be around 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning, where it may drop to around 60. And my levels run a little bit higher than most. And I will preface this, like, our bodies all function differently. We all have different backgrounds, all have different needs. My blood sugar runs a little bit high. I do an animal-based diet, so the majority of my meals are meat. All right, so I'm eating more protein than most too. I don't eat keto. Like, my levels are not keto, macro percentages. So I will just say that first and foremost. My highest reading's been 130. That was during a workout while I was fasting. CrossFit style workouts are my modality. So again, that's going to affect your blood sugar differently too. I just through experimentation, research, working with, different kinds of clients, like more sedentary people, that have a good handle on stress, they get enough sleep, and Pete just jumped up on his tower. Anyways, their blood sugars tend to run a little bit lower, people who are well recovered. So mine run a little bit higher. My lowest was 60, highest was 130. My blood sugar spikes the most during a workout when I'm fasted, which I need that energy. That's my body trying to protect itself. So it's spiking my insulin. So how I'm going to use this information. Oh, and I almost forgot. And to anyone who's like type A and has ADD and your mind, you have squirrel brain all over the place, I apologize. I jump around everywhere. I had this discussion with a client this morning. She's the same as me. But anyways, so things that affected my blood sugar was fasting and doing my workout. So maybe I need to add some carbs in there to get that level a little bit lower. It was pretty stable though. I didn't really have any peaks or huge peaks or valleys. Alcohol doesn't really affect it that much, which I was surprised. Which I don't drink excessively. I usually have a 3-drink limit tops. And if I'm drinking, I usually order a Diet Coke and I'll put like a shot of vodka in it. That's it, like basic bitch. I don't drink sugary stuff. Didn't really affect it. What else didn't? Caffeine really didn't affect my blood sugar that much, which surprised me. So I was happy to see that because I'm not giving up my coffee. Non-negotiable. Haven't really had any carbohydrates other than a little bit of alcohol. I just haven't felt the need to have them, but I'll experiment with that a little bit later and I'll let you guys know. Meal timing, my blood sugar actually dropped. So I eat my largest meals, which is about 2 pounds of meat. I eat about 2 pounds of meat a day, ground meat. It's usually 85% ground beef and ground chicken. My blood sugar actually will go down and it really doesn't spike after my workout. So meal timing for me makes a big difference. So if I'm eating one large meal, I always have that after my workout. Doesn't really affect my blood sugar that much. Now, say I'm eating 2 meals, like 2, pretty decent sized meals. That second meal, which is not after my workout, it's usually late afternoon, maybe 2, 3. My blood sugar does go up after that meal. So that was interesting to see. Lack of sleep would cause my blood sugar to be higher. I would say anywhere from like 100 to maybe like 107, 110. I noticed yesterday and even into today because I didn't get much sleep. I was in Nashville this past weekend. Under recovery seems to affect my energy level and my blood sugar more than anything, more than caffeine, more than my meals, which are pretty basic, they're meat, more than my workouts, more than anything else. So I just want to tell you guys how important it is to get sleep because it makes a big difference, especially if you're chasing, fat loss, really anything. It doesn't really have to be a fat loss goal, performance, whatever. Guys, make sleep a non-negotiable. I'm trying to think if I missed anything else that I was tracking. I think those are the biggies: alcohol, caffeine, my workouts, fasting, meal timing. Those were the biggies. So I just want to tell you guys, test. This thing is awesome. Absolutely fantastic, and I would love to keep doing it just because it's interesting for me to see how I can make adjustments to better serve my health and any of my fitness goals. So check it out, guys. NutriSense is amazing. I have the link in my bio. There's a discount code there. Check it out. And if you have any questions on if it's, relevant to you or how you can use it, or blood sugar, whatever, guys, doesn't matter. Carnivore, anything goes. Don't hesitate to reach out and send me a DM. I would love to chat with you guys, because I've fucked up a lot and I've done it all. So, cheers. And I'm gonna eat some meat. Bye, y'all.